And today, another Mafia Mailbag. The question, how do I angle depth so it actually delivers value to the client? Every time I try to go deep, my manager shuts me down with, don't think in such a pinpoint bottom-up way. I can't win this fight. Honestly, beautiful question. Every consultant on earth is fighting this exact fight. 7 pieces of advice. 1, the frame you never let go of. If you want both the client and your manager to say interesting, this frame is non-negotiable. Normally it works like this, but when I dug in, it turned out to be like that. Interesting is an angle. 15 to 90 degrees off standard common wisdom, the orthodox line. 2, most consultants get this wrong. They jump straight to add an angle. But the real move is understand standard common wisdom orthodox at a higher granularity than anyone else in the room. That's the start line. 3, the comedian analogy, making a professional comedian laugh is different from making a regular person laugh. Pros laugh at tiny, sub-noticeable things because they know the game inside out. Rough, broad humor is too predictable for them. Same with consulting. Because we live in that industry, we know the space. So the tiny, sub-noticeable moves are the ones that land as interesting. So we need to know the industry well enough to laugh at the small stuff. That means pouring energy into learning standard common wisdom orthodox. 4, the day zero mindset, and a warning about AI. When you research something, do not silently plow through it, and do not hand it entirely to AI. Both kill the sensor. You research like you're throwing a solo house party at your desk. Okay, HR systems normally look like this. What about theirs? Wait, Sony Bank. Only Sony Bank has this weird comp structure? Are you serious? Interesting. That energy, alone at your desk. That is how you find interesting. 5, interesting always starts with something new. Sure, a great manga you love, you can reread it and still enjoy it, but most content you consume once and the first time is peak. So for the client, hunt for something new, not the message, not the implication, the raw input material. I just talked to a director at your competitor. Yeah, that lands. I waited outside your competitor's store and interviewed the customers coming out. That lands hard because the input itself is something new. 6, timing. Interesting is like Japanese manzai comedy. Timing is everything. Without enough trust with the client, interesting gets shut down with none, but that's a stretch, right? Game over. So for the first 10 days, first 3 meetings, do not fight the client with implications, messages, insights. Just present material. Let them draw the implication. Then later you hit them with, but you could also see it this way, right? That's intellectual leadership. That's how you build the runway to eventually land your interesting. Just like manzai, there's a rhythm. Respect it. 7, the other face of interesting. It smells like money. If the client can picture profit from what you're showing, even the most ordinary message flips into interesting, because legitimate profit is justice. Nobody hates it. And to close it out, the consultant gives all the credit away, all of it, to the client. The discovery gets framed as coming out of a discussion with the client. They walk into their boss's room saying, we found something interesting. That's how interesting spreads. Why? Because saying that's interesting is complimenting whoever brought it. And if the client doesn't feel like the one who's spreading it, they'll resist. Nothing spreads. So, stance, always. The credit is 100% yours. Honestly, this number 31 was a fire one. Start telling your friends about this channel for real now. If you want to meet me, come to Roppongi, Tokyo. Let's grab a beer. I'll be waiting. Thanks for listening. See you.